Welcome everyone to our presentation. This is the Huskerscope project from the School of Computing. I'll pass it on to Isaac in order to talk about the company.
Alrighty, so the group that we did this project for was the CSE 436 Advanced Embedded Systems course. In this course, students focus on how to develop hardware and software of an oscilloscope and function generator on FPGA. And in this course, to test their hardware and software function generator and oscilloscope, they either need a mobile application or a physical oscilloscope or function generator to test to make sure that the thing that they built was both correct and accurate. And now we will move on to the problem and opportunity. Or no, stakeholder. I'm sorry. Pass it off to Ben to talk about the team.
So I'm going to talk about the stakeholders and the senior design staff that was involved in our project. So first we have Jeffrey Falkingburg. He's the product owner. He's a School of Computing professor and also the teacher for the 436 Advanced Embedded Systems course. We also have Charles Daniel, who is another product owner at the School of Computing. He's the computing coordinator. Then we have some senior design staff that helped out with the project. There's Bill Browning, who was our project manager, and Vinod Chandran Variam, who is our tribe lead. And without their help, we wouldn't have been able to make this project possible. And then for the project members, we have Brandon Ramos, who is our squad lead and dev manager. We have Isaac Lean, who is our product manager. We have Ben Buckwalter, which is me, the developer. And then we have three other members who are also developers, Christian Lampe, Riddick Moran, Michael Ray, and they are all at our booth right now. Now I'm going to pass it off to Isaac.
All right, now we can talk about the problem and opportunity that we seek to solve with our project. So currently, or at least before, there was not an application on both iOS and Android that contained both an oscilloscope and function generator that met the needs of the course. And most of the applications that did exist were not free or required additional hardware to use the oscilloscope application. And within CSE 436, it's difficult to create a function generator or oscilloscope without having the complementary instrument to check the output. And the complementary instrument would be either a physical oscilloscope or our app. And especially during the pandemic, this caused issues due to not actually being able to go to labs and use oscilloscopes and function generators. And it also caused, the fact that there wasn't an app on both platforms also caused the issue of everyone kind of just using different apps, and it could cause issues for the students not being able to really help each other, or even the professor just having to learn all these different UIs and having to learn how to use them and help each student kind of individually instead of having something that was cohesive and all together. So now I'll pass it off to Brandon to talk about the solution that we built.
Yeah, so looking at the solution we built, we were able to develop an iOS, Android, and web application that works as a two-channel function generator as well as a single-channel oscilloscope. As you can see in the top right, we do have the function generator UI that has, again, two channels that can be changed for the volume as well as the phase. These can produce all standard waveforms, such as the sine, triangle, square, and sawtooth wave. The function generator can also be used in our app as a amplitude modulation and a frequency modulation, or more commonly known as AM/FM. On the bottom right there, we can see the oscilloscope UI, which has the sine wave inputs, as well as some buttons for the users in order to pause the waveform, save the data, or do some trigger and cursor analysis in order to find certain time divisions. So now looking at the values and highlights for the project, the team and sponsor relationships were pretty important, especially with communication amongst each other. With having a great group dynamic, we were able to get a lot more accomplished than we originally thought. And with our sponsor relations, we typically have weekly meetings, but we found it more beneficial to actually update the sponsors and stakeholders more often than that, almost daily. Fortunately, we were able to publish to the app and Play Store, so any of you guys can download that. But we were more or less just excited to have have something created that not only UNL students in the school computing can use, but also others that use function generators and oscilloscopes for their circuits labs. So that could be mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, or again, any others that have those kind of labs. And as well as that being published on the App and Play Store, it's just not isolated to our campus. Anyone can download this. But most importantly, we were able to complete a product that we were proud of. Not only having a function generator and oscilloscope, but we added a AM, FM modulation, as well as a simple tutorial for new users in order to easily navigate through our design. So again, thanks for everyone for coming. I would like to open this up to questions. Yep. Let's you can hand it over to him.
Yep, looks like it is. So I was wondering, so are you generating these signals like over the either like USB-C out or Lightning out on the phone?
Yeah, so typically it really depends. I mean, some phones do have audio jacks, other has USB-C or Lightning ports. So in the simplest case, the audio jack on a lot of phones, they have usually 3 to 4 poles or connections, which are the mic and then left and right channel. So the function generator uses the left and right channel to produce separate sine waves individually, and the mic is actually used as an input for the single channel oscilloscope. Using dongles, it's basically the same way where you plug in the audio jack and then the other side of the dongle just goes into the phone with Lightning or USB-C.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep, and thanks everyone for coming to the presentation.